Yo, what's happening, people, and welcome back to the Tiki Taka podcast, where you're going to hear hot takes, unbiased opinions, and hopefully have a couple laughs along the way. And in a time where certain football podcasts are falling apart, they're losing their host, people are writing statements, we're here churning out the content.
Putting in the work, is that what you're saying?
If you know, you know. I don't need to go into any more detail. If you listen to this podcast and you know what we're talking about, then leave a comment down below. But yeah, we're here. We did a round of 16 preview. That was the last time you guys saw us. And it is safe to say that me and Michael did not expect England to be in this Euros final.
Yeah. Or Spain. Not that we didn't expect Spain to be fair.
After the group stage, I thought, yeah, they could.
No, it's true, but we were still saying that we thought Germany
but England was more shocking for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And the way this episode is going to work, we're going to talk about, obviously, we're going to do a finals preview. Before that, we'll talk about the two semi-finals that went on. And there's no other place to start. Like I said, it's already shocking that they got there. But England beat the Netherlands in the semi-final. They beat Switzerland in the round before. Bukayo Saka stepped up. But we'll focus on this semi-final. And the first thing I want to do, and the first thing I want to say, is Gareth Southgate. Give him his props. This guy deserves respect because back-to-back Euros finals.
It's crazy. First of all,
it's something that you shouldn't be able to say.
I don't know if I'm all the way there with the my bad. Because
No, you need to be.
It's tough. And because I was going to say, I did say on this podcast, I think before the Euros, before it began, that England wouldn't win specifically.
Because you didn't think they'd get to a final.
No. I said England. I didn't even think they'll get to the final. But I definitely said England wouldn't win specifically because Gareth Southgate isn't a good enough manager to get them over the line to tactically figure things out to make it work. I always thought some other manager would move to him.
Yeah.
And I've been proven right from most of the tournaments. But
I don't know if you've been proven right.
I think so. This is where he deserves his credit. No, this is where he deserves his credit. This is where he deserves his credit.
Deschamps is at home.
This is where he deserves his credit. Because despite what I think of Southgate's individual management performances game by game in this tournament, he has got to 2 back-to-back Euro finals, which is crazy. Yeah. Which is crazy.
But to touch on that, because this is where I do think Southgate, like, you need to be there with the my bad, because we will sit here, and we'll talk about, and I'm guilty of this. I've said this on the chat. You've seen me. I've said it to you about Southgate not making changes, Southgate waiting too long. How has Anthony Gordon not touched the pitch yet? What is that? I've said all of these things, but all of Gareth Southgate's substitutions have worked. When he's made them and who he's brought on have worked. All of them. Ivan Toney with 1 minute to go.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Why Eze at left back? Last week when I saw you said that, how is he getting a criminal?
And this is the cool thing about sports.
When you look at it like that on paper, it's criminal.
Look,
but if it's Mikel Arteta making those changes with 1 minute to go,
it's
perfect time, perfect sub.
Jose,
so I have to give Gareth Southgate his props.
No, that's the thing, and this is the interesting thing about football, and this is the
sure at halftime in the semi-final.
This is the bind that Southgate puts me in, because I agree with you, and individually, I still think a lot of those decisions have been poor. Like in the Slovakia game, leaving Foden and Bellingham on for as long as he did, or not trying to change the system, making changes with literally 2 minutes to go.
Moving Saka to left back.
Yeah, I was thinking this can't be rewarded, and yet, and this is a results-based business. So
especially a tournament,
100%. So personal sort of like where I want to see players play and excel. That doesn't matter as long as the results are got and you get to the final. In a sense. And the thing about Southgate, and why I think it's so interesting, is because he does deserve a ton of praise. But it's such a fine line between, he's literally on the knife edge between genius and madman.
Yeah.
Like he straddles that edge like no other manager I have ever seen before. Because if he had lost any one of these games, Slovakia, Switzerland, the Netherlands, the narrative would be sort of worst manager, or not of all time, because England had a lot of terrible managers, but he was never going to do it. We knew
there
this.
was a moment where they could have gone out of the group in that last group game, and it wouldn't surprise me for if Southgate was to stay on and England to go to the next World Cup, get a half tough group and go out in the group stage.
Yeah, exactly.
Even after back-to-back finals. So that thing of genius and madman, I completely get that.
But
and I think
from where we are today,
I think the thing that sums that up the most is the Luke Shaw thing.
Yeah,
right. I've said to you that Gareth Southgate's decision to take Luke Shaw is, I think I described it as stupid, right? And that's because I thought that England would be knocked out by the semi-finals, right?
Yeah.
And Luke Shaw won't have played a minute.
I didn't think he was even going to throw him in, even if he was fit.
Yeah, so why take Luke Shaw? Everyone was saying, we knew he wasn't going to be fit for the group stage. Yeah, he wasn't fit for the round of 16 or the quarterfinal, right? I think he played a couple minutes in the quarterfinal, didn't play that much. But because England have got to the final and Gareth Southgate's taken them to the final, Shaw was brilliant when he came on at halftime in that semi-final, kind of changed the game down that left side. He'll probably start in the final, and now I have to look at it like, what a decision to take. That's the right decision.
And you're right. It is the right decision.
And maybe Southgate backed himself to get that.
It was the right. It was the right decision to take Tony. Everyone was saying Solanke should have gone, or I can't remember the other striker now, but there was bare guys who they were saying should have gone. Tony only scored 4 goals. He missed out the season. Now look, Tony's got a vital assist. Tony scored the penalty. Everyone's saying, what sort of what guy Tony is. Even the Trent thing. Trent didn't work in midfield, but he uses him sporadically to take the penalty. Like it's got that. And guys are gonna hate us for saying this. It's got that Arteta day out. That day out. Everyone scores. We win 5-0. All of our niche heroes. It's got that feel. This tournament.
Shining.
Yeah, Watkins is the hero. Tony's come on. He's been the hero. Trent's been the hero. Mainoo's come on.
Pink kit Arsenal.
Come on. Cole Palmer's getting assists. Mainoo's come on and he's
doing left foot outside the box.
Like it's one of those tournaments now where it's like you can look back with rose-tinted glasses and be like, it's had everything. Gahey breakout performances. Like Konzo's done well when he's come in. It's one of those things where it's like, as much as the football itself has been poor, because he is where he is, everything looks amazing. Actually, like maybe all along I didn't see the picture, I didn't see the vision.
But the genius and madman thing is a perfect way to put it, because I'm not sat here thinking like Gareth Southgate is a better manager than
X, Y, and Z. Yeah,
De Zerbi, Thomas Frank, even these kind of guys. Yeah, but what I do have massive respect for Gareth Southgate for is that for international tournaments and to be a manager for an international team, I don't think you necessarily have to be the best coach, right? You let all those players get their coaching at club level, right? Especially like if Gareth Southgate was managing a smaller nation and he actually Ralf Rangnick with Austria, for example.
Yeah.
I think Austria would look so whack under Southgate.
Yeah, of course.
Right. But Ralf Rangnick's gone there. He's a coach. He knows how to coach everything. Gareth Southgate can let them have that information from their club team. But when they come to England, he's made them all feel like they all want to run through a brick wall for him. Like when they go out on that pitch, they all like Jude Bellingham works with Carlo Ancelotti. These guys work with Mikel Arteta, Pep Guardiola. But they go to the England camp and they'll do anything for Gareth Southgate.
No, that definitely, it's one thing, I'm being honest, it irks me about him. But it is so true that if anything, he can create and foster between the 22-man group or whatever the hell it is, loyalty, like a bond. We're all doing this for each. Not even for the media, not even for the fans at home. Like generally for the 22-man. Like it's just for us. Everybody who's there feels 100%. Like it's a family thing. It's all fun and games, laughing, joking. It doesn't even feel like there's cliques like that. It just feels like everybody gets along with everybody. He can definitely foster that atmosphere of like, as much as there's work to do, it's like, yes, leave the negativity. Here is very positive. And you can see it benefits the players. The players themselves, all the pressure and all the sort of negativity put upon them, it doesn't ever feel like it's come from Southgate or the coaching staff. Or like, there's never even rows. And I know Ben White had his thing, but it's not even like that with this England group, and like we've seen before. Yeah.
And Southgate will always come out and defend his players.
Yeah.
He will never ever throw someone under the bus.
Yeah. And that's obviously probably. And to be fair,
and you need that.
If you're a top pro, that's probably why you'll love.
Yeah.
He'll defend you.
Yeah.
And Trippier said it, man. I think a big reason why these guys will always love him and appreciate him is because he's chosen them to represent their country. And some of them, to be fair, he's chosen over bigger named people who could be there. Watkins could be home because Rashford's there, and they want to force the Rashford,
Grealish,
force 90. Exactly, yeah. So a lot of these guys, it's like he's always had these principles of like form over name and all this kind of stuff, and you do have to give him credit for that as well because he's left big names Sterling.
And that's the other thing.
He's left big names at home.
I was ready to kill Southgate for not taking Rashford.
I
probably did kill him on one of these episodes that we've done. I can't now. I have to say, yo, you made the right call. You're in the final, regardless of what happens.
Exactly.
You're in the final. You made the right call. You got the squad selection right. Eze playing left back and working the way he worked at left back can only be because Eze respects Gareth Southgate.
Yeah.
Because I don't even think Eze would do that for Glasner.
I said it. Eze plays for a 12th place Crystal Palace team in the Barclays Premier League and has never played left wing back ever in any formation. Even when they go down to 10 men, even when it's like all hands to the pump.
But Eze was on that, checking his shoulders, seeing where the runner's coming from, tucking in. I'm like, where's this? Like, what?
You're right. It's all born out of it. And Eze's probably one of those people who's like, yo, he could have taken. It would have been easy for him to take Grealish over me. Yeah. It would have been easy for him to take
Maddison.
Yeah, over me. This kind of thing. So that deserves a lot of respect. And this is why I will always stick on this genius or madman thing, because within the games themselves, and it feels like you can only get this out now because once England, or if England are to win this tournament, the 90-minute performances game by game, Slovenia, Slovakia, Switzerland, none of that matters. All glossed over. No one will ever look back. And, and
they shouldn't if you win.
And they shouldn't. But honestly, if you look at some of the decisions that were made in those 90-minute matches, it's incredible that he's made it to the final. The Gallagher thing, as I said, the Trent experiment in midfield, all of this
Tony
stuff.
with 1 minute.
All of this stuff.
But look, I think combined with that is, and I did say before the Switzerland game that because Switzerland play 5 at the back, Gareth Southgate's now decided that he's going to go to a 5 at the back to kind of combat that. That was England's best performance, so he stuck with it against Netherlands, right? I don't think if England hadn't have played Switzerland and they played another team who play 4 at the back, I don't know if England would still be in this competition.
Yeah, I agree.
And I said that he might accidentally kind of stumble upon, like the only reason he did that was because he was playing Switzerland. He might accidentally stumble upon the formula.
Yeah.
Right? And because of that, he got Foden more centrally. He had Bellingham there as a 10 as well. He kept Harry Kane in. He kept Saka on the right instead of playing him.
That was a big decision.
And Trippier on the other side, which I thought he would do. But the biggest thing was he got the partner for Declan Rice. And the performances that Kobbie Mainoo has been put in.
He's a serious
deserves
talent.
his own segment.
I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like we've been saying this.
Yeah, 100% we have. But
we've also been saying
an international tournament at the age that he is, and he got thrown in the Slovakia game, right? So I don't think he started any of the groups.
Yeah, he didn't.
Thrown in the Slovakia game, played well in that game, then quarterfinal against Switzerland, semi-final against Netherlands, and now he's going to start in the final of the Euros. And we'll talk about, obviously, Lamine Yamal and the fact his age and what he's doing is a joke. But Kobbie Mainoo's not too far off that.
No, Kobbie Mainoo, is it? He's got stardust, the ability to be magical. His and this sounds like very Twitter tactical, but honestly, his presence on the ball can be felt. Like he knows how to drop a shoulder and fizz a ball into somebody. You think, who played that ball? And it was Kobbie Mainoo.
Yeah.
Or he can easily do the 1-2 thing in midfield, burst from deep, show a bit of legs. He's definitely that kind of like all-action midfielder that has a little bit of everything in his game.
Yeah.
And if Kobbie Mainoo has some serious midfield partners for the next 5 years or whatever, by the time he's 24...
This is the most serious midfield partner he'll ever have. In Declan Rice.
If United...
He won't ever have a midfield
If United
partner.
can fix up and either get him a serious coach or a serious midfield partner that he can learn from, Kobbie, by the time he's 24, 25, will be a serious player.
Yeah.
Like a super, like franchise, build your team around this guy type of player.
And where I've said they found the perfect partner for Declan Rice, and I said this on our last pod about how every player has their flaws, has their limitations, right? Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, whoever you want to talk about, right? Even Mbappe and Cruz and whatever. Every football player has their flaws or their limitations. And Kobe Mainoo's flaws and limitations are complemented perfectly by what Declan Rice
I was
gives.
gonna say though, if you're any midfielder, not any midfielder, but if you're a midfielder that's good on the ball, you'll love playing with Declan Rice because he's a midfielder who's great off the ball.
Yeah.
So if you can do your thing,
he can really do your job for you.
Exactly. If you could do your thing on the ball, if you think, every time the ball's at my feet, I can make things happen.
Yeah.
You've got Declan Rice is your best midfield partner anyway.
Yeah.
Because anytime you lose possession or anytime the other team have possession, he'll make it easy. He'll go and grab it for you and he'll play a simple ball. So I agree with you 100%.
And that's where Southgate's kind of maybe just stumbled upon this.
Yeah, he was saying at the beginning, I'm afraid to play the kids.
Like Ezri Konsa, by the way, you mentioned it, came in and dropped a master.
Yeah, Ezri Konsa was cool. And this honestly, England and tournament football, and this is getting way, way, way ahead of ourselves. Yeah, but England should really be having like almost a dynasty is a very strong word.
A Spain type.
Yeah. They should be having a Spain, Germany type.
I don't disagree, man.
Type run.
Yeah.
Of like, all right. Ezri Konsa, for example, he's the perfect example. Monster, great 45 minutes. Mark Gahey, same thing, great 45 minutes. These guys play in the Premier League week in, week out. They've seen every type of attacker and defender at great intensity. When you take their physical attributes and you put them at the international level, and it's, Stojkovic from Bulgaria and all these other men. Yeah. They should be able to turn up and put in some great performances.
100%.
And these are like, as you Konsa might be, if everybody's fit, like third, fourth choice. Centre back. So England for sure, for the next couple of years, every team should find it. Look at this England team. You got Declan Rice, you got Kobe Mainoo, you got guys who are technically gifted and athletically gifted, and play at a high intensity every week. And you're asking them just to play 6 or 7 quality games. Not even quality in terms of like we need to be at the best. We just need to get through a couple of these games, and then you find yourself at a final or semi-final, whatever it is. Like, I'm getting ahead of ourselves, but the way tournament football is now and how it can be won, and the way England are producing players. It looks like it could be a proper match for the next couple of years. Of like teams are going to find it tough to play the long ball versus England and to play the short tiki taka stuff, because we've got guys that can do both.
Yeah, and that's again like I don't want to give him too much praise,
exactly.
But because I killed him so much, I feel like I should. Yeah. We said at the start of the tournament that England have so much individual quality as a squad, as a group of players. They're up there with France. They might even have a better squad than France, Germany, all these guys. Yeah. But they're going to be let down because Gareth Southgate
can't do it. Yeah.
And now Gareth Southgate's taking them to the final. But that individual quality point, I think Watkins' goal to win the semi-final sums that up. How you can have a player of Ollie Watkins' quality and that finishes in ridiculous, by the way. How you can have a player of that quality coming off the bench as a second, third choice striker, because sometimes Tony gets the nod before him.
Yeah.
Like I said to you off air, Watkins would start for Spain. He'd go straight in that team over Morata. Like, there's so many players on England's bench that would start for other like big nations. Anthony Gordon.
Yeah.
Even players they left at home. We know what Marcus Rashford can do.
Yeah.
If Marcus Rashford picks up a bit of form, Grealish picks up a bit of form, Madders finds his best. That thing you're talking about England having a sort of dominance should come. I mean, look at the plethora of talent they have to pick from.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Especially with the Watkins of it all, man.
And Saka's moment, we didn't really speak on that, but that was another one where you think Southgate's going to get done here.
But
Slovakia, Jude Bellingham overhead kick. Then Switzerland, 1-0 down, Saka bailout, wraps it in.
But this is literally my knife edge between Southgate, because without the Saka, without the Watkins, without the Bellingham, and those aren't tactically engineered goals.
They're not.
Those aren't goals. Those aren't trained.
Saka does that Monday to Friday every day.
Those aren't Southgate's training ground. We're gonna play football like this to score these type of goals. But he does deserve credit for making the players feel confident and comfortable and happy and all this kind of stuff.
Even Watkins is one.
Yeah,
Watkins loves that. Get the body in front, little touch, turn.
Even Palmer. I'm not gonna lie. Palmer, I've always thought through every game should be getting more minutes. And I'm not saying take Saka off. I always felt like he's kind of left Foden on a little bit longer than he should in most games. And I understand it. If Foden gets going, this team can go to another level. That's probably what Southgate's telling himself. The day Foden gets going, the game Foden gets going, and he gets 2 goals, assists, 1 goal. You know how Foden can do. No one can stop us. That's probably what he's thinking. So he leaves him in there. He tries to get everything out of him. But even when he does bring on Palmer, even when he does bring on these guys like Watkins and he gives them 5 minutes, the quality is there to see.
Yeah, instantly.
It's there to see. Game's changed immediately.
Like Harry Kane comes off, yeah. And we're not going to kill Harry Kane on this ep, even though maybe we should. But he's the captain of England and his team's in a final, so fair enough, yeah. But Harry Kane coming off and Watkins or Tony coming on, and the standard goes up.
yeah.
Defenders find it harder now. Watkins can pull that sort of goal out of the locker.
Yeah.
And De Vrij thinking, who is this guy?
I mean, the shot and turn is ridiculous, man.
De Vrij's not studying Watkins' tapes.
It's ridiculous.
He's thinking that's the third choice striker.
It's ridiculous.
But yeah, look, ultimately, fair play to Southgate, fair play to England. You're in that final and you've got a good chance. And the team you'll be playing, they played France in their semi-final. Came out 2-1 winners as well. And that Spain-France game, that first half was the best football I've watched in a while.
Yeah.
That was an unbelievable. I remember I messaged Armand. I was like, "Yo, the quality in this game is ridiculous right now."
Yeah.
But obviously France took the lead. A lovely bit of quality from Mbappe. Laporte sleeping at the back post. But Laporte in possession, he might be the best.
Yeah,
he might be the best in possession. He's another one. Yeah, he's gone Saudi. But the technique,
the level is there.
It's there.
The level is there.
And then obviously, I mean, the goal from Lamine Yamal to instantly, forget that 1-0, straight back to 1-1, level playing field. And obviously, he was someone you had on your top 5 players to watch.
Yeah, man, he surpassed my expectations. It was like the Haaland thing. And I think we might have spoken about this before we were podding, but like, Haaland was like, yo, there's this guy in Norway who's banging in the goals, or there's this guy who plays for IP Salzburg who's he's 12 and 6, something ridiculous like that, yeah.
Freak athlete.
And you're like, but how serious is that league? Like, what's happening here? And then Haaland goes to Dortmund, and you start seeing Champions League games, and he's banging in every Champions League game. Yeah. And like, this is kind of what it is with Lamine Yamal, where it's like, you're hearing like he's doing nice things over there in Barcelona. I've seen the clips, I've seen the little sort of 1-2 triangles he's done before, but is he really that guy?
Yeah.
Every game,
fingerprints.
Every game this tournament. Yeah. He lays it on a plate for somebody, wakes up with a goal assist. Every game.
It's ridiculous.
Like,
ridiculous.
And I'm not exaggerating, it's every game.
Yeah. I've literally got it written here, and I don't really like using this word because I feel like it's overused, and also like there's no real definition for it. But do you reckon is Lamine Yamal
already
generational?
At 16,
is that someone you look at and say, that's a generational talent?
I would. I'm not gonna lie. I would. Like the stuff he's doing now. It's tough because we see this in football sometimes, where a footballer comes in the scene at 16 and he's just like Bojan, he's just balling, and then it doesn't really, But for Lamine,
that's looking like Endrick.
yeah, could be. But for Lamine Yamal, he's done a full season out of Barca. Yeah. Well, he's done like 3/4 of a season out of Barca, and he's not twisting up little man.
Yeah.
Here at the Euros,
these are serious defenders.
These are serious guys that have done. Some of them have done 10 years plus already as a pro footballer, and they don't know what foot he's going on. They don't know how he's gonna get the ball in the box, and every time it's on a sixpence. And to think that if he has game time and gets better in consistency, it could be like the Neymar thing as well, where it's like, it's nice there in Santos, but really? And then you see the ability up close and you're like, oh yeah, this guy is just way better than everybody else, So, and it was Neymar generational, because if Neymar's generational, Lamine Yamal is having Neymar-esque comps and games.
And he's already
he's already in a top 5 league.
Yeah. But, and I mean, his goal in particular is kiss the post, Mannion at full stretch.
It's the timing of it, it's the quality of it, but
comes onto his right, goes back onto his left. It's unbelievable.
It's an unbelievable goal. It is an unbelievable goal.
But what do you think of Yamal's, what you've seen of Yamal whether that's for Barca or for Spain in this tournament, what do you think his best attribute is?
I was actually just going to say this. As much as the goal was cold, I think the coldest stuff Lamine Yamal does is, and it's often from like corners or set pieces high up the pitch, that like ball into the box from the edge of the edge of the D, where say for example, and the roles were reversed, say like Laporte's the first defender, he would get it over Laporte's head and Laporte's jumped and it dips ferociously into the for 6-yard box for anybody.
The Declan Rice goal.
Yeah. The one that Carver House scored in the group stage game. Where that ball, that kills every time. That kills every
I think
time.
That is, it's almost, it's a similar thing. Yeah. But it isn't that exact same ball. But you know the ball he plays to Dani Olmo in the Germany game when Dani Olmo scores. That one that's on the floor.
On the floor.
I love that one. I love that one.
Come onto it.
Make it so easy.
Yeah.
It's not in the air. It's nice. It's weighted. Hit it first time.
And you know what's funny?
Take a touch.
Do you know what's good about that ball?
Readjust. Come running onto it first.
He just flicks it out, that one. Like he stutters a bit as if he's potentially going to go line.
Yeah.
And then when you're shuffling your body to like, oh yeah, I'm ready for a foot race.
Rolls that one. Your mouth, Olmo doesn't break stride. Come straight onto it, bang, goal.
But this brings me on to Spain in general.
Well, quickly, me personally, I think his best attribute, and I said this on the chat, is his temperament.
You think
to play at 16?
Yeah, but I think he's fearless now. He's like guys would say, he's not been hurt. I mean, it is still crazy. Don't get me wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
Because as I said, these are top level guys.
How can you play similar to what I said about Kobe Mainoo, similar to what I've said about Saka before when Saka was a bit younger? To come into these stages,
Bellingham's the same as well.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously 16 is just a fucking like Bellingham. Saka was 18, 19. Bellingham was 18, 19. Mainoo's the same. To come into you can do it in the group stage. You can even do it in the round of 16. But now to be dunking on Germany, France, two of the favourites for this tournament, and not like I was expecting quarterfinal and semi-final Lamine Yamal to have a quiet game, not have much of the ball,
kind of get carried by the other everybody else.
Exactly. But he's the guy.
They're going to him.
Nico Williams,
he's the safe ball.
You know how much I want him at Arsenal. He's 22, 23. He's not influencing these games the way Yamal's influencing these games. And Nico Williams has been brilliant. That's not a slight on him. That's just showing the level of Lamine Yamal.
The reason I'd say he's generational, because it is kind of like the LeBron of come from the academy thing. He's already the right winger, guaranteed starter for Spain and Barcelona at 16. Yeah. If that isn't generational, guaranteed start. Is Rafinha? They're talking about Rafinha's going to come back to the Prem, and yo,
Rafinha's biggest mistake was not coming to Arsenal when he should have.
Like, so cold.
Yeah,
Lamine Yamal, he's A plus. He's passed the test. Nico Williams the same, to be fair, man.
Yeah.
Nico Williams has been 100%. Balling. But I was gonna say, it brings me on to Spain because Spain's concept of football, and I know we made a lot about this back in 2010, 10 years ago. This was probably like the first time I was seeing a lot about this. Was obviously the tiki-taka stuff. They won the World Cup, they won the Euros, and it was all like, this is how football's played now.
Yeah.
Pass.
I'd almost say the podcast named after that.
Yeah, exactly. But legit though, the stuff that Spain have these guys doing at 3 years old, the understanding of rondos, the just overall, like Spain from minute one have looked like the best coached and best drilled team, and like even the Dani Olmo, the goals that they score, that's from the training ground.
Yeah.
That's from the coach saying, this is how I want us to play football. These are the chances we're going to create. These are the type of goals we're going to score.
Especially for the attacking players who are Spanish and have grown up in a Spanish system, Spanish academy and whatever. You can look at Lamine Yamal. Obviously, he's only 16, but you can look at Yamal, Nico Williams, and Olmo, and know that their whole life growing up, they played in that zone.
Yeah.
Lamine Yamal, growing up his whole time from whenever he became a right winger at age of 10 or whatever, that's all he's played.
Yeah.
He's just played there. Nico Williams has just played on the left, and he's perfecting that at that level. And the only other position is probably a 6, right?
Yeah.
A Spanish 6 will always Busquets,
thing,
followed by Rodri, followed by whatever. And I mean, it leads us on to our preview of the final. And do you think Southgate should stick with a 5 at the back?
Southgate won't change from the 5 at the back.
I know he won't.
And he shouldn't.
You don't think he should?
No, he shouldn't. But I don't think 5 at the back necessarily helps England versus Spain.
It won't. I think when I said it off air that systematically could be the biggest problem for England. I do agree with you. I wouldn't change it because it's gone so well.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And you don't want to make that change.
Exactly.
And that you're not Pep.
Exactly.
Right? As much as we've gassed you up on this, this pod, you're not Pep.
Levels and lanes.
You can't do the big thing on the big stage.
On the last day.
Yeah.
Fine.
And change it all up. And no, right?
Kovacic.
Yeah. You can't do that. You can't do that one. Right? So I agree with you. But I think systematically, Spain in just a numbers game, England are going to have 2 in midfield, Rice and Mainu. Yeah, Spain are going to have 3 in there at all times. Olmo, Fabian Ruiz, and Rodri circling. So just a numbers game in a 3v2, I think systematically, that is the biggest thing I think could kill England, because you're going to allow those players time and space on the ball.
Yeah. No, I agree with you 100%. And you're going to have 3 central defenders, and Morata won't play up top. Morata's now going to be out wide. He's going to be trying to run channels and draw Walker into certain spaces so that there's no room for Nico Williams and Lamau. And so, like, John Stones and Gahey and them are just going to be touching grass all game. Like, they're not really going to have... They're not going to be marking Olmo. Olmo's just going to be drifting.
Exactly. They're not going to want to go in there.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like... You know when Tuchel played his 5 at the back and Rudiger was going...
Yeah.
They were going all the way in there. And Saka, who's done well defensively, it's a different ball game now, Nico Williams.
Saka will help. Saka will always backtrack. He's going to run as hard as he can.
Yeah, but Nico Williams is going to be...
This is where the systems... It's going to be on some... Saka's tracking back, but Morata and Williams have doubled up on they're almost hugging the same touchline. What's happening here? And that's where Olmo kills you. Now Olmo's in the space, and it's slide rule passes, and it's cutbacks.
But Saka against Gakpo, even in a 1v1, and Saka is a right winger, but defensively in a 1v1, he can take Gakpo.
Yeah.
Gakpo's not going to beat him because Saka's he's at a decent level for a winger defensively. But if he's 1v1 with Nico Williams, there's a high chance he's going to get ripped because he's not a right back. He's not a defensively like first kind of guy.
If you want to talk about this game tactically, I think almost in a lot of areas, England are always going to look second best or feel like they're going to be second best. I think this game will be won on England's ability to produce that individual brilliance. Is somebody going to slap on him from 35 yards?
Yeah.
Because they will need that one goal, at least minimum.
I think both teams have the capacity to score.
No, for sure. But I mean, for England to win the game or to get any sort of positive result, I think they're going to need 2 goals. I think Spain will get 2 goals in England. And I think England might have a set piece. They might have a Kane penalty or a goal from a corner, maybe a mistake, Cucurella penalty, whatever, slip, whatever. And then there's going to need to be that extra 35-yard screamer, individual brilliance thing. I think that's the game that England should be looking to play. Be defensively rigid and solid, even whilst you're getting pulled apart. Try and make it as tough a shot on Spain as possible, because the setups, England can't change, I think, from the 5 at the back, because it will bring too much chaos and fear, and the crowd will be nervous, and the players will be nervous. Exactly. So
compared to absolute dross.
Yeah, exactly. And then Gareth Southgate will go right back to the madman, and you'll get killed. Yeah. And they'll kill him. Why did you change it? It was all going so right. He'll get killed, slaughtered. All the goodwill he's bought, gone. So from that perspective, but I think England do have a chance because, as we were saying, the quality of the players that they have, bro. These guys are super athletes that also have technical ability, and on their day can beat anybody. If England can keep it rigid and limit the quality of chances that Spain get, from the first kind of 5-10 minutes, you'll be able to know what kind of game this is. If Luke Shaw's getting pulled every which way, long day. Because I was going to say, the Spanish way of football, man, what Rodri and Fabian Ruiz and Olmo were doing in midfield, and the switch, like Fabian Ruiz will be the deepest line. He'd be there in the
Rodri
six.
will make a line, make him run. That's what I'm saying. Just rotate.
Like, and Fabian Ruiz has got every pass in the locker. He's got the long ball. He's got the short ball.
Yeah, that numbers game in midfield, I think, will kill England.
And it proves to be a great game, man. I think it will prove to be a very, very, very interesting matchup. I said it. I wouldn't be surprised if Gallagher starts.
Yeah.
Honestly, not start, but like he'll get real serious. He might be the first sub. Gareth Southgate might be looking at things.
If England go 1-0 up, 100%.
I need legs in there. I need to make it difficult.
Gallagher in 100%.
That's
if England go 1-0 up, that's guaranteed.
But now we come on to who do we want to win? Stocks, players. Because I was saying.
Okay, well, because that's an interesting question. Who do you think will win? Yamal versus Saka.
I think
who's going to rise?
Honestly, logic. Watching the tournament states that Spain will win, but honestly, I think England will win because I think England have been terrible all tournament. Well, up until the Netherlands game, shocking, terrible, and I think everything football wise, every football ether wise, trying to get plugged into the football ether. It dictates that this is how England will get their first win. They'll be terrible. They'll have a shit manager, and it will be like when England least expect it.
We can't do that.
So, but like in the sense of, in the grand scheme of things, like Southgate wasn't the hero of the. I say
Nagelsmann's at home.
No. Okay, let me rephrase myself because you're right. When I say shit manager, I mean in the sense of Southgate will be the hero that no one really wanted. Everybody was hoping.
Yeah, 100%.
Everybody was hoping the new guy.
We saw how Matt was talking about it.
Yeah. Everybody was hoping that the new guy would come in and he would lead us. He'd be Moses. He'd lead us to the promised land and everything would be sweet. But it might actually be Southgate. And I don't think media /
we saw what Matt was saying today.
Everybody was saying, if you look at Twitter, anytime England play, up until the final 4-5 minutes versus the Netherlands, it was always like, oh, this guy's so boring. This manager sucks. We're never going to go anywhere without him. He needs to leave now. And that was almost a universal thing. And he might actually genuinely win it. And that's my whole thing. It's like, whilst everything points towards Spain winning it, that is why England will win it. Because they've got this far playing that terrible football that the underdog story might complete itself.
Yeah. I do think England actually have a better chance in this Euros final than they did in the last one, even though the last one was at Wembley, because I think it's a better team, and I think they're more. I think there was a point in that Euros final. I kind of looked at and thought Italy will kind of have the know-how and the kind of ability to get around it, but I think this is a very young Spain team, and I don't think it's as strong as. Like I think defensively, I think it could be got at.
Defensively, it can be got at, but we haven't seen that. Like when Spain went 2-1 up. I thought for sure France would score again.
Yeah, it's true.
And France didn't really create that much even.
But Laporte and Lenormand or whoever it is,
natural.
I'm not putting it past them
to make a mistake. Neither am I.
To have a disaster class.
Yeah, neither am I. I've seen Laporte get rattled.
I don't really rate.
But Stones, I think Stones can also get rattled.
He could. But I couldn't see that from Chiellini and Bonucci.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be hard for England to score in that game.
Yeah.
Right. And obviously, to win a final, you most probably have to score a goal.
But I do think this Spain team is better than that Italy team.
That Italy team was balling, though.
Yeah, but Chiesa was Chiesa. Jorginho finished third in the Ballon d'Or. Yeah.
Barella.
But I do think that this Spain
Spinazzola.
Team... Yeah, he was on crud.
That Italy team was nuts.
He was on crud. And the Spain team does have Cucurella, but just the balance of the Spain team is insane. It is insane.
Yeah.
It is insane. And Morata might even finish top scorer. Dani Olmo, him and Dani Olmo are competing for top scorer.
With Gakpo.
Yeah.
But I do think Spain are going to win, and I'm completely and utterly resting that on the system thing.
I that's the logical. That's
because I agree with you. Everything's against England. They're the underdog, and they could rise, and something could happen. And the individual quality, you should never really bet against that, especially when England have the guys they have to bring off the bench. But if you leave Rodri as an extra man, Rice and Mainu marking Ruiz and Olmo, and Rodri's picking it up from Laporte, picking it up from Nacho, picking it up from Carvajal, and he's got time to turn and play a pass and play the game at his tempo. I don't think you can deal with that.
But I
don't think there's a way out of that.
I know what Southgate's going to do. He's going to wrangle this game and take it all the way to penalties. And he'll look at it and think,
which has worked for him,
and it will work again. I think.
Yeah, if it goes to penalties,
England will be my favourites for sure. If it goes to penalties, and Gareth Southgate's going to look at that and think, all right, Tony, Kane, Saka, Palmer. No, you got to do what it takes to get over the line, 100%. So that's why the five at the back will stay. He's going to be rigid.
Yeah,
he's going to want every ball headed out. He's going to want everything cleared. Man, body on the line, blocked there, and just wait for Mikel Merino and Oyabazal to come on. And, Ferran Torres to come on, and he's going to think, you're a bit mentally weak.
Yeah.
You can miss a penalty. You're a bit nervous,
Like England fans saying that they want to see England go and, like, match Spain and take the game to Spain and whatever.
No.
Spain are going to dominate the ball.
Right?
And if Southgate does what you just said you think he's going to do, that's the right way to do it.
That will
Don't go and try and match Spain on a tech thing, on a possession team.
No, come on.
Don't try and go and match them for that.
The England have very, very, very good players, but the point I should make about Spain football is, like, Spain's worst player could be in, like, England's top 5, top 3 smartest football IQ players. Like, in terms of just IQ. 100%. Like Cucurella, who might be one of Spain's worst players.
No, his IQ's high.
He's got the triangles.
Defensively,
he's got the rondos.
But possession
waste.
Yeah.
When it comes to where I need to be, how I need to create space for others.
Rarely does Cucurella take a bad first touch. Rarely.
Cucurella knows how to create the space and all of that, where to be in the triangles, how to do the best for Nico Williams to make his game more effective. And
I mentioned Laporte's press resistance when he's getting pressed, and Laporte in the France game when he just drove out and dropped 2 players going that way. Serious. But I think it'll be a good game though. I think even if England play like that,
it will still be a good game.
Spain loves to dominate.
Yeah.
And to your question now, who do you want to win? You want me to go first?
I do.
Okay.
I do, because as I was saying before the tournament, there was we know what side of the fence we were on.
Whisper it quietly.
Yeah. But now we're in a situation where, looking at it for real, stocks, the players that we have invested stocks in, all of that.
Yep.
Who stands to win the most? Who stands to lose the most?
This question has kept me up at night.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Ever since Wednesday,
I'm telling
when England beat Holland. Yeah, this question has kept me up at night. Tossing and turning in bed, this outcome, that outcome, what this means, what that means. And ultimately, I tried to tell myself, you know what? I just want football to win. I hope the best team on the day wins the game, and then I'll be happy.
Yep.
But I don't actually believe that. At this point now, I think I'm going to have my England shirt on. I think I'm going to have my English shirt on.
Till I die.
And the only reason, and it is literally the only reason, well, a big part of it is the fact that there's no Tottenham players in this squad. Yeah. So Harry Kane can't be England captain, Tottenham player, win the
yeah.
Right. That's a big part of it. Because if he was still at Tottenham, I'd probably still be on this.
Wouldn't it exemplify the Tottenham curse?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be
100%?
It would.
That's a plus point.
Yeah.
There's no Tottenham players,
It'd be the case
and England win the first trophy in 60 years. But bigger than that is that I don't want to see Rodri succeed
again.
I don't want to see him succeed.
And we love Rodri. Don't get
No, I hate Rodri.
Okay, we hate Rodri, but we love.
But I respect him.
Yes, that's the best way to put it.
I
as a player, we love him.
You know when my hatred for Rodri started.
Of course.
When he came to the Emirates and he scored that late goal and he celebrated in front of the Arsenal fans and whatever. I hate Rodri. When he missed his penalty in the Community Shield, I was there at Wembley abusing him. Yeah, I hate Rodri, but I respect him because I know. I think. What do they say on Filthy? Don't lie to your eyes.
Yeah.
I can watch Rodri and I'm not telling myself, this guy's shit.
Yeah,
I can't.
Yeah.
So I respect him, but I hate him. I don't want to see him succeed. And I especially don't want to see him succeed against a midfield of Declan Rice again. The comments Rodri made at the end of the season about mentality
is a bit much
and everything. But then, having said that, Aman asked me today, would you take no Saka goal and England win the tournament, or a Saka goal and England lose? And in that situation, I think I would take the Saka.
I think I'll take the Saka goal and England lose,
because scoring in a European final,
yeah.
you've done your job.
Stocks are through the roof.
You put the country on your back again.
Yeah. What did Stones do back there?
What did Foden do? What did Bellingham do?
Yeah.
Put Saka in these conversations.
Don't let Foden. Yeah. Get his hands on this, be the poster boy with 0 goals, 0 assists.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't let that be the front page photo.
I don't want to see any photo of Foden with this trophy.
Don't let that be the front page photo. Phil did it
with his kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Saka and Rice, it would be nice to see them win something, come back to Arsenal having won that. So I think I'm gonna have my England shirt on. Or should I say my anti-Rodri shirt?
Yeah. I was the same. Like this question was honestly keeping me up at night. I was cheering on for VVD in the last game, and now here I am thinking.
If you're new to the podcast,
exactly,
shocking
news. And now I'm in a situation where I'm like, the bank holidays one is a good positive. The Harry Kane Tottenham thing, I agree. That's a good positive. But the Rice Rodri thing,
the biggest thing.
That's the real meat and drink of this. And I think, and you know, fans of other clubs now, like this segment is just not really for you.
Yeah.
But I think it could be huge if Rice goes into next season with this feather in his cap of like, I dunked on him. We put Kobe Main, even what Arteta would be able to say and see.
The best thing is
get a mobile midfielder with the ball like Mainu, who can pass it around a bit, and look what we can finally slay that giant.
I don't even need, or we don't even need Rice to play better than Rodri in that game. Rodri can boss it, but if the pictures at the end are Rice with the trophy, that's enough.
Rice will know it's doable, and the reverse of that, Rodri turns up, Rodri bosses it. Rodri gets his hands on the trophy again.
Well, you'll come in and say the same thing we said every week. But it's boring. People don't want to hear that.
Rice knows it. Rodri knows it. I'm the best. He's the best. There's nothing I can do. Every time we come up against him again, it's like, can I really get over this hump? That's the question we're asking ourselves. It's no longer, I've been there, done that type of thing. I'm ready to move to this guy. We're asking ourselves, can he really actually raise the bar to... He's close. We all know he's second best. But can he actually really talk to... Or is he just going to be a thing we have to wait for Reggie to leave? We have to wait for the Real Madrid rumors to actually become true, the Barca rumors to become true.
Like Carvajal.
Yeah.
I love Carvajal. I love Carvajal now. Love that.
And secondly, I want to say the Saka thing is a big motivation as well.
I would love to see Saka win a trophy for England.
I can see Saka being the winner. Yeah. Like, I could see Saka, that goal.
That euphoria.
Yeah.
Euphoria if Saka scores a winner.
I can see it easy.
Yeah. I mean, if anyone's going to do it, it's probably
going to be And then what that means for Saka coming into the next season, that could be a 20 and 10. Legit. Like, seriously, that can seriously be a 20. He'll be 23 or 24, however old he will be. And it will be like he's almost got nothing left to prove to... Yes, he's... In terms of, he's got to win the Premier, not like he doesn't have trophies to win, but like in terms of his player ability, you're a hater if you don't think this guy is top 3, top whatever. Yeah, exactly.
If that happens, he scores in the final and England win, he's world class.
And the thing is,
and
people...
I haven't called Saka that yet because I think
I agree. I said the same thing.
Yeah, that trophy is massive to achieve that world class status. Yeah, but if he scores the winner in a European final, wins England their first trophy in 60 years,
I think more there's like a 70% sort of consensus that no, he's a really good player. He's actually very good amongst non-Arsenal fans as well. But I think the trophy brings it now to like a point where it's like, oh yeah, so you just either don't watch football, you're racist, or you're a hater. For you to think that Saka isn't a top. It would be the Rodri thing. You can hate him for 2 years, his personality. Exactly. And I think where that puts us, man.
Yeah. coming into next season.
Yeah.
Shout out Ramsdale as well.
Yeah. Or David Raya could do it.
If Raya was starting,
yeah. My number one.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Off the back of a Golden Glove, go there. Then the Rodri thing, we're gonna lower that a bit.
And also, Rodri needs to lose a game. Let's be serious, guys, man. Let's be serious.
See, Cam's calling mainly the legend killer. Broke Rodri's streak in the FA Cup.
Come on.
But look, let us know what you guys think. If you're listening to this in the comments down below, let us know if you think England are going to win, if you think Spain are going to win, and also what you think of Gareth Southgate.
Yeah, that's the most interesting. Like,
yeah,
have you been impressed?
Because
should it all be credit?
I will be titling this "Give Southgate His Respect."
Don't let anything I've said be misconstrued. Gareth Southgate is, even if he wins or doesn't win tomorrow, in England's top 2 managers ever.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
Like, apart from the guy that won it way back when, he's the next guy. He's the next best guy that 100%. England have ever had. England have never seen this success ever. And it doesn't matter how it comes, they've never seen it.
I was looking at it earlier today. And in 2010, England lost in the round of 16 to Germany. You know, when Ozil rips Gareth Barry. In 2012, they lose in the first knockout game to Italy on pens. In 2014, they lose in the group stage. They don't even get out of the group of the World Cup. And in 2016, they lose to Iceland. Then Gareth Southgate comes in, semi-final, followed by final, followed by quarter-final, lost to France. Harry Kane missed the pen, followed by final. Like,
it's ridiculous.
I really can't get onto it.
No, he deserves his respect. This is just the nitty-gritty stuff that we're discussing before there's any potential whitewashing of everything that's going on. Because if he does win it, he won't hear a peep out of me. Every sort of small thing I had to say about Eze left back and Saka, it means nothing.
Yeah.
He is undoubtedly, there's going to be Gareth Southgate Street from
Gareth Southgate.
Everything. That he'll be in everything.
As a nice ring to it.
Everything. He could honestly launch into an actual political career and become the PM. Seriously. Serious. I was so serious. The world, or England at least, would be his oyster.
Yeah.
If Gareth Southgate was to bring the Euros.
The one thing, if Gareth Southgate wins this game on Sunday, the one thing he has to do, retire from England.
Yeah, leave it at that.
Do not go to another tournament.
Yeah, don't let,
because if you go,
but he knows that. He knows that.
He better.
No, he knows
that. Because if he goes to another tournament, all those little things you're talking about, I will be here to kill it.
Yeah, they come back.
Don't win the tournament. Go to the next one and get grouped.
It's like Ghost finally getting out the game. If you have the opportunity, you got to go.
Right there.
You got to take it. Two hands.
But like you said, I think he'll know it's not getting better than this.
I think he'll know that Slovakia game. Honestly, I know he was shitting himself.
You said this, yeah.
Before Bellingham, and he was looking at the clock, and he was like, 90 seconds left. Not, he's like a minute and a half left.
Yeah, from the media killing him.
Worst tournament ever. Worst thing, best group of players, worst manager we've ever seen. All of that was.
Gary Neville was waiting to throw that one. He was in the studio waiting to throw that one.
His car, every time he would leave, his car was going to get egg, toilet, just everything. Yeah. He become a national joke. Don't Southgate it. That's everything.
Now it's going to be Southgate.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and it will be deserved. But
look, we'll go to MVPs and rookies. Obviously, we're talking about him so much, so I'm just going to say Gareth Southgate's in there. And I was listening back to one of our old episodes, and I think it was the week where Aston Villa played Luton and Ollie Watkins scored 2 goals. And you said on that ep, Ollie Watkins might get MVP from me every week from now till the end of the season.
Every time he scores.
And he's carried that on into international football. And if this, we've said from the moment the season ended, Ollie Watkins cannot come back on this.
Yeah.
He cannot be a 22-10 guy next season. He can't even be close to that, realistically, yeah?
Yeah.
But it's looking like he might be.
No, if this is who Watkins is now,
scary. The fact that Watkins can come on and do that,
he better stay at Villa. That's what I'll say. Don't let a top club get a hold of this guy.
No rumors about Watkins.
Yeah, no, but to be fair, he signed a new deal.
Yeah.
A 5-year, they slap.
But even then, Chelsea need a striker. United need a striker. Arsenal.
He can't go to a top team. He needs to become like a mid-table, And Villa are mid-table. I know they go to 4, but he needs to come like a 8-4.
Yeah, Solanke.
Yeah, 8-4 killer rather than
Be it. But yeah, so Ollie Watkins is gonna get one for me. He sent England to the final. I did have Rodri on here for obvious reasons. I also got Luke Shaw because I think Luke Shaw's made a big difference to this England team, and I think he'll make a difference in the final.
Yeah, I'm giving MVP to Saliba. You did your thing. Don't worry, it wasn't you. You did your thing. You held us down. Best in the world shouts, and now just reverberating everywhere. Yeah.
He'll be back for the first game of the season.
Gotta love to see it. I also want to just probably basketball wise. I'm not gonna lie. It's interesting. Team USA. I want to shout out LeBron. They said that LeBron was in the 2004 Olympics,
which is the only USA team to not win
gold
at the Olympics since they allowed NBA players in.
I would give everything for.
But LeBron, he'd been drafted the year before. He was like 17.
I'd give everything for LeBron for USA to not win it this year. But
I would love to see Canada win it.
Oh, France.
I would love to see Canada win
it.
But I saw their friendly the other day.
No, the USA
Murray without your kitch.
those memes have been killing me. But the USA team is stacked. But I need to give LeBron a look for just even. But I don't even know what it is at this point, man. Hunger, what desire, like LeBron being a part of the team is one thing. LeBron still at the age of 40 being like, I need to be the face of the team. I need to be the best player on the team. I need to be at this level every day. Like,
the quote from Spo is brilliant.
Oh, which one?
When Steve Kerr's like, "Is this like LeBron's going really hard in training?"
Yes.
And Spo was like, "Every drill, every day, every week."
That's for me. Like, that's why I want to give him the MVP for. It's like he should be on the sort of like we're resting him for the big games in the Olympics type plan. Yeah. He should be on the like everybody else is getting minutes. He's getting 4 or 5 minutes at the end of quarters, just to make things like for him still to be. And I saw him. I watched the highlight, bro. He's still doing 2-handed blocks off the backboard. He's like he's chasing guys down. He's setting screens for Curry to come off, and I'm like, yo.
And the thing with LeBron, and obviously if people aren't interested in basketball, then you'll click off at this point. But LeBron LeBron said this himself. He's learned that attitude from Kobe, right? And in Kobe Bryant, obviously, and from when they lost in 2004. And they were crucified.
Rightly so.
Media, everyone got onto them. I think Manu Ginobili's Argentina won it. Right? So it came back in 2008, and they, in true American fashion, they released a Redeem Team, right? And in that doc, there's one point where the players are wherever that Olympics were. I think it was Beijing. They're out, and the players have all gone out on a night out. They've gone clubbing, they've gone drinking. Obviously, they're like with the NBA players. Easily, They're coming back from their night out at like 5 a.m. and Kobe Bryant's in the lift coming down, and he's got his gym bag, headphones on. They're like, Kobe, where you
ready to work?
I'm going to the gym. And that made the rest of them, who were all there coming back from their night out, think, yo, if Kobe's taking it this seriously, like we need to be. And they went and they slapped everyone, right? They went and won. And I think LeBron, because he was part of that, he saw that. I think he's carrying that through.
No,
and you need guys like that. You can't let that kind of mentality or culture die.
I'd also give that same extension to Luka. Slovenia didn't even make it to the Olympics, but they got knocked out by Greece in the qualifiers. And I was watching like just a bit of the highlights, and I was like, yo, Luka has just done an 82-game season slog. He's played
playoffs.
He's played every game in the playoffs.
Yeah, went to the finals.
Had a week off maybe, and then had to be the face of Slovenia basketball.
Yeah,
and handle the ball for every possession again, and try
against Giannis.
I'm like, yo, damn! Like, when will it end? And you'll get a couple months off, and it's the same pressure, same expectations all over again.
Yeah.
So definitely shout out to Luke. Shout out to Giannis for sure for getting through, because he's on the same thing, but he was injured for a little bit. At least he got to rest. But yeah, and then Lewis Hamilton, huge. I was stood in front of the TV just cheering, shouting. I couldn't believe it. First win in like 2.5 years, 2 years, whatever it's been. It was massive for him. He's another GOAT. He's just another guy that's like to do it for that long, to be one of the best, to be the best for that long, like now you have nothing left to prove to people. You're the joint most winner ever, all this kind of stuff. But there's something within you that is so passionate about this sport.
Yeah,
you just can't. That's LeBron.
How long's Hamilton been in the game for?
They said Hamilton had his first race win 17 years ago. And I was gonna say, I was having this conversation with somebody in the office. F1, obviously people got problems with F1 because of it's like really only one guy wins and they dominate it, and I hear it. So it's not like it's competitive, yes, but it's not competitive in the sense of like anybody can win it kind of thing. But Hamilton's wins, like you can finish with 20, 30 race wins and be an all-time legend. Fernando Alonso, he's got like 33 race wins, all-time legend, 2-time winner.
Yeah,
everybody knows, whether you don't even need to be the biggest Formula One guy. You've heard of Fernando Alonso. Hamilton's got 104. He's got 104 race wins. You can be an all-timer.
Yeah,
with 30 all-time. Like, wow. Yeah. How did you do it?
Like, it's the relentlessness to keep going. Yeah.
I got so much respect for those guys where it's like, I just love this thing so much, I'm not going to give it up. But like, I don't even know what is driving them forward. I think for them, Ronaldo's the same. I think Ronaldo is like a fear of like, I am genuinely terrified of what's next after this.
Yeah, it's coming to an end.
I don't even think he cares about whether he's washed.
For Hamilton's thing, like, he can still do it because he's still at the top. Ronaldo's gone to Saudi.
Ronaldo genuinely can't imagine life not as I think for him it's just like, I'm terrified.
Yeah.
Of not needing to train at 7 a.m. in the morning and needing to play a match at 5 p.m. whatever. Like that whole giving it up thing, terror. And I hear him.
Yeah.
But I do have a lot of respect for guys who are just, I'm just gonna be 45, 43.
Yeah.
And competing with guys who are 20.
Yeah.
But
play. And rookies? I've got VVD.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talking all that smoke and you couldn't get it done. And even bigger than VVD, I've got Gakpo. Because Gakpo, you are a dream seller.
Yeah.
You sell dreams because the way you're still on track to win this Golden Boot.
Yeah, the way you were moving though.
But the way you were moving.
I had us looking at Klopp funny.
And the way Liverpool fans were talking, he's a left winger.
Yeah.
Klopp's playing him out of position.
Diaz-Aria. That's what they were calling him.
Klopp tried to make him a 9 when Gakpo comes back on the slot and he's a left winger. And so Gakpo was scoring good goals. But the minute Gakpo bucks some Premier League opposition,
Meaty.
He looks like Gakpo.
Meaty. Touch is loose. It's baggy.
Classic.
Everyone's clapping onto him.
Right.
Touch go down.
Gakpo's running motion.
Yeah, come on.
So Gakpo, you're an even bigger rookie than BBD.
Come on. No, I'd agree with that. Oh, rookie of the week. And this is a personal bias one, but Joel Embiid. I don't know what you're doing on Team USA.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just nasty. It's honestly just nasty. But look, I get it. He'll say that there's other players who are on Team USA that weren't born in America. But you were in Cameroon till you were like 14, then you went to France, and then you went to America, and now you're. Oh, say, can you come on? Other rookies of the week.
The way Joel Embiid gets crucified on that team, because every comment is just like, all but one of the USA's NBA team has been to conference finals. Guess who that player is?
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't know if you should get a rookie for this. But Jaylen Brown, I'm on your team. You should have got the call up. Once Kawhi came out,
I don't know if I can be on, and I love Jaylen Brown.
No, once Kawhi came out, it should have been Jaylen Brown. Finals MVP, fresh off winning a chip.
Jaylen Brown knows that if he goes at Nike, there's a chance he doesn't get picked for the USAA team. He knows that. He's not stupid.
Did you see the tweet the other day?
He's an elite level athlete.
I don't care about you or your resources.
And we've spoken about the Kyrie Irving thing. Yeah, we've had some funny conversations about that. Yeah. not offering any opinion. but for Jaylen Brown to respond in the way he responded, because I remember I sent you one, and I was like, I couldn't believe Jaylen Brown didn't get picked. Then I saw those tweets, and I was like, yeah, if you come at Nike's probably the biggest global sports corporation. They sponsor the team.
They sponsor the team.
There's no way.
Leave it at that.
No
they
way
sponsor the team.
Yeah, exactly. There's no way you can expect to get picked. So I can't.
That was probably Nike. Nike gave LeBron unbridled control to pick the team he wants. Their only note: no Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, no Kyrie Irving.
No.
They would have said that. No John Moran. All the problem when you said Adam Silver goes problem child, there was enough names on that list.
No Draymond, and I know LeBron wanted Draymond, and I know LeBron wanted Draymond.
Said no Ross. No, there was enough names on that list. They said, yeah, don't pick these guys. But yeah, and then my last one, this literally came out before we came on air. Patrice Evra.
Oh yeah,
because he's been sentenced to 12 months in prison
for not paying child support.
For not paying his alimony.
That's crazy.
1 million euros in unpaid alimony. Come on, man.
And
you played for Man United.
I
know the kind of contracts Man United.
I know nothing about the situation, but from where I stand, Patrice knew every nickel and dime he owed. He was ignoring the letters. He was ignoring the lawyer's phone calls. He thought this isn't real. I knew he'd turned his nose up at any opportunity to make a deal, to come to the table, to talk, to agree. And he was, I'm saying that I have no inside information. I don't know what is going on. But just from where I'm sitting and knowing who Patrice is, he ignored every sign.
And let's not forget, Patrice is the guy who is no longer allowed on Sky. Because he said that Wilfred Zaha slept with Moises' daughter.
Everybody knows this.
When Man United were playing Palace.
Yeah.
So
he could be on Sky for a lot of reasons. He was aloof. He could have said, I don't want to incite violence, but but what? But what, Patrice?
But when I see him on my screen, he's the captain.
Oh man.
But yeah, look. Thank you guys for listening. We hope you enjoyed that massive final on Sunday. We could have a bank holiday.
Yeah.
And potentially regardless, but especially if England win, we'll probably do a pod. We might have to. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. We're planning to be back maybe in about a couple weeks, months time, with regular episodes again.
Yeah.
Building up back into
it's only a month to the Prem starts.
Exactly. I think Community Shield's in a month. But yeah, we should be back soon with regular episodes. Thank you guys for listening. Leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace.